Road to the IPO. Welcome to the show. Today podcast is gonna be in English. And by the way, before the start of the podcast, I just want to thank Nicolas Sotomayor because before I forget, from production modus operandi, he's always there, the cameraman. If you like the sound and the videos of the podcast, you can always contact Nicolas. I'm gonna put the links on the description. And also, by the way, I'm separating my content. I do a French podcasting and Spanish. I'm gonna start doing podcasts in Spanish. I'm gonna separate all the content. So I'm doing English, French, and Spanish. So today podcast, people, I have the great pleasure to be on the basement of one of my favorite rock and roll bands, the Unfound. The Unfound was founded in 2017. They play emotive, powerful, and Rhyhtm rock and roll. So the members are composed from Alberto D'Onofrio, Benjamin Morrison, Jeremy Grippo, and Matthew Grippo. So hey guys, how's it going?
Good.
Pretty good.
All right.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you to be on the show. So we're gonna start. Can you guys introduce yourself? What type of instrument do you play, and what's your favorite band?
How do we start?
Okay, sure. My name's Ben Morris.
Yes.
I am the singer. I also play guitar.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite band, well, that's a hard question.
Oh yeah.
So right now my favorite band is the Smiths,
Okay.
but you could ask me again tomorrow and I might say something else. But today it's the Smiths.
The Smiths is today. All right. So Alberto.
My name's Alberto D'Onofrio. I'm a lead guitar. And my favorite band is Kiss. And I also love Rush. They're kind of like 2 and 2 on the same level.
All right.
And like Ben, like so many bands I listen to that it's hard to categorize and put together. But like, yeah, Kiss and Rush.
That's it.
Those are like my two if I have to choose.
All right.
Yeah.
Jeremy.
I'm Jeremy Grippo, and I'm the drummer. I have to say my favorite bands right now are Our Lady Peace, Muse, Rush.
All right. That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
For now.
That's
It keeps changing every
it.
day.
All right. Next one.
My name is Matthew,
Yeah.
and I play bass. And lately I've been listening to a lot of Muse. Let's say the Our Lady Peace.
All right.
Same thing as Jeremy.
I made a mistake with Benjamin. I'd say Morrison, but it's Morris, huh?
It is, yeah.
It is. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. No. We all make mistakes, okay?
Of course.
All right. So I just want to say that this is the first time on the podcast that there's a second time guest, and Jeremy came to. He did a podcast with me. Episode 3, for those that want to go and listen to the podcast, you can go Road to the IPO, Jeremy Grippo, number 3. And I remember we talked about all of this.
Yeah, we talked about the introduction to the band.
Yeah, we talked about the band, we talked about friendship. And I just want to go back there because a lot of stuff changed, my man. So now I remember you were recently funded on Unfound, and you were talking about why do you want to become a musician. So what changed since the last podcast?
Well, things got a lot more serious.
Mm-hmm.
As a band, we released our first single.
Yes.
And we've been playing better and better shows and have been developing as a band. And we're getting our distinct sound. And things have been going good since then.
Yeah, because I remember we talked about it and a lot of stuff happened. You know, remember when you went to an audition and they told you that you weren't good enough.
Well, that was when I was younger.
Yeah. So a lot of stuff changed. But I just want to talk also, how do you guys meet each other? Because I know Jeremy and Matthew, they're my good friends. It's been almost 10 years we know each other. But I just want to know how you guys met each other. We can start with Alberto. How do you meet the Grippos?
Well, it was on it's on Craigslist. Actually, for real, it's on Craigslist.
Okay.
I really wanted to start a band to find someone to play with, and Jeremy as well. He had put a post. I had put a post looking for bandmates, drummers,
Yeah.
singers. He had put a post looking that he wanted to join a band. He actually wanted to play keyboards in the
Okay.
band.
Yeah, I remember that.
Long time ago.
So, so I messaged him. I'm like, hey man, like I really wanna start a band. Like, and he's a keyboardist, and I wanted to do like space rock at the time. So I was like, okay, that could be cool.
Is that how bands meet on Craigslist?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, yeah.
All bands meet on Craigslist.
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
All of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
The Beatles met on Craigslist.
Oh, no, come on.
It's true.
No, but for real.
Yeah.
But you guys, Jeremy, Matthew, remember you guys have you pass some. No, then you guys meet after that.
So at that point I had like a singer on board, but
yeah.
he's not here anymore.
Was it
that's for the next story. But like
I had him killed.
So we met. We just got together
Okay.
at the Peel food court, and we all sat together. And he brought Matt along, said, "Let's start a band." And 3 days later, after New Year, we had our first rehearsal,
And I became a drummer.
and he became a drummer.
The name
Yeah,
changed to
Yeah.
the runner.
yeah. Our first meeting, he said he wanted to be a drummer.
Okay.
So already a good.
He's very talented.
He's-
Yeah,
He
he's-
switched like that.
So you guys had like
like a
a lot
switch.
of before meeting, and then you got other singers before that. Huh?
We had one singer, but like just like for like 3 kind of like practices, it just
Wasn't good?
It didn't work out.
It didn't work out.
There was no chemistry. Just good guy and everything, but like it just didn't work out. Then we had
We had a few more auditions after that, and
Yeah.
there was also no chemistry. We couldn't find somebody that was good, like with
For us.
That
with
fit-
us, and that
that
was
fit
good,
the band.
and that was good for them also, you know.
Okay.
yeah, it just didn't work. Like we knew it right away, like during the rehearsals and the
But
auditions.
how do you guys feel that it's not the right people, the right person, the right guitarist, the right?
Well, it's just like
You feel like
it's
It's like being on a bad date.
it's a gut instinct. It's like you can't visualize yourselves being like on stage with this guy
All right.
further, especially when he's like smashing my guitar with his microphone during auditions.
That happened.
Yeah. After that, I put my guitar down. I'm like, "Hey, break!" And these guys knew. It's like, okay.
All right. So after like having that type of singer, you were looking for another one, and that's when how do you meet Ben?
So another cool story.
Tell me about it.
We were actually working at the same job,
Okay.
at the same company.
I mean, we never
What
spoke
type
to
of
each other.
company?
Sorry,
What type of company?
it's a media company.
Yeah, publishing.
Yeah, media and publishing company.
Yeah.
I don't really want to say the name because it's
Okay.
not worth promoting. But we were in totally different sections. Like I never had spoken to him.
No.
I barely even saw him.
No,
If
like-
anything, I just saw him like walk across the room with a coffee or something.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 Because we had a big kitchen. It was like stocked full of stuff. So
Okay.
you just see each other like walk past. He was always playing ping pong.
Yeah.
You were always playing ping pong.
Yeah. I was
But
playing
you
ping pong
guys,
every day.
saw each other but never really talked.
No,
Yeah.
hardly ever. I don't think I ever after those.
He was in a different department, like literally like different parts of the office.
Okay.
And there was even a division between us.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah.
Okay.
So one day they were going out to him and his team were going out for a full lunch
Yeah.
for pho, and I happened to know like one of the guys on their team from playing ping pong, and he had invited me last minute.
So that's how you met your singer.
Well, not
Through ping pong.
well, no, it's not. The story's not done yet, Hugo. So they invited me for lunch. So I went inside the car, and he was in the car as well. It was me, some guy, and him, and we were literally in the same car, but did not say a word to each other. Then we go out. Where I'm having pho. I'm just eating eating quietly, and I just overhear him saying like, "Yeah, I was in a band and I was a singer down in the UK." I stopped their conversation. I was like, "Wait, you're a singer."
Yeah.
And you play guitar, and you were in a band, and you're from the UK. And the other guy was just like completely quiet. So I was like, because this is like after 4 months of like bad auditions, bad times, we called it the dark days.
winter storms.
Yeah, wind
How
storms.
many singers did you guys pass in the audition?
I'd
How many?
say
Like 1, 2?
three, four.
We had 3, 4 in person, but like the ones that they
You had
sent
some
us
really
demos.
crazy-
A lot of
Demos.
applications.
And
Yeah.
I'm pretty
A lot
sure
of-
you got
There was nothing that fit our style.
So all
Yeah.
the guys that you passed in the audition were from Craigslist.
No, not Craigslist,
Well,
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah, some Craigslist. We figured maybe it could work again, but didn't. So it was after that lunch, he had sent me a track from his old band, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I invited him for an audition. Not audition. I hate calling it that because it was so like magical. It was like rehearsal, like come jam with us kind of thing.
It was just a jam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a jam.
So Ben, what was your first reaction when you saw a guy coming to you and said, "Are you playing the band?"
What was my reaction? I think excitement, because I was like, oh, cool. Because
Yeah.
I didn't realize that Alberto was a musician.
Okay.
Like, so, and but it was quite quick to point out that they were looking for a singer. So I was like, yes. Because I had just moved to Canada.
You just recently?
Yeah, I think I'd been in the country for about 6 months at that point.
Okay.
So for me, I was looking for guys to jam with anyway.
Yes.
So it was like, well, this is great.
So you played music in the UK?
Yeah, for years.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that because you're from the UK.
Sorry, can I just add
Go
that
ahead.
2 weeks later,
2 weeks later.
he quit.
I quit.
then-
That's
Yeah.
The job, yeah.
And then
oh,
a
the
month.
job. I thought you said you quit the band.
No. He quit the job.
He quit the band and came back.
And then 4 weeks later, I had quit as well. So it's like, if it would have been 2 weeks later,
Yeah.
like it would have been.
It would never happen.
This
It was kind of
podcast would not be happening.
I know. That was like destiny. You guys met and then
It was,
you fit.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool. Let's go back to the question. So you're from the UK.
I
You
am.
play in the band for a long time.
Yeah, since I was a kid.
Okay.
Yeah, various bands. Well, one really, with various different people in it.
So you were always the singer in the band.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I was briefly in another band in Australia where I was just the rhythm guitarist.
Okay, so you travel like in a lot of
Yeah.
countries. And,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I was. I've always been a singer, really, more or less. Yeah.
So just let's talk about it because I know there is a lot of rock and roll bands that come from the UK and they left a lot of legacy from that country, like the Beatles, the Rolling Stones. So what do you think about the legacy of UK
Of British
rock and roll?
rock and roll?
British, yeah.
I mean, it's massive.
Yes.
Clearly, like, I mean, it's. I think, yeah. I mean, it's like ingrained into the DNA of rock music.
Yes.
Like British rock, like British, like the Beatles and like
Rolling Stones.
Yeah, the Rolling Stones and like Cream and people
Yes.
like that, like Hendrix. You know, like Hendrix was American, but he was sort of formed within
In the UK,
like
yeah,
his
British.
sound like developed within the British scene. He loved
Yes.
the British scene, which is why he came over to it. I think it was like British musicians. They were basically kids that just loved like American like blues
Yes.
and soul music, and they just kind of wanted to make their own version of it.
Okay, so
Took it to the next level.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that, but they made something new.
yes,
And like, well, in terms of like rock and roll, yeah, like they were listening to Elvis, and Buddy Holly,
yeah,
and they like, yeah, they sort of Englishified it. And they have like Black Sabbath as well, and
Yeah.
people like it's sort of these the guys who were like working in factories, and they were like that kind of went into the sound, like heavy metal was like born there, and like
Okay.
the sort of English industrial working towns.
So rock and roll comes from yes, rock and roll has the British. I mean, British got a lot of impact on rock and roll. But I'm just gonna ask you, what do you guys think? Does the American rock and roll is better than the British rock and roll?
No, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad.
I think
It's different. It's
I mean,
It's different.
like,
It's way different.
I think like British rock was really important. Like I don't think American rock and roll would be what it is now without like what happened in Britain.
Okay.
Yeah, they take
Okay.
a lot from it. Yeah.
All right, so they take a lot from. The
Basically, what was happening in the States, American rock, like Elvis and Buddy Holly, let's say, it went to Britain. They made it something new out of it, and they
And it
brought
came
that
back.
back to the States.
But then it happens again, and like something
Yeah.
new happens in America, and then it gets brought back into, like sort of like with like Nirvana
Yes.
in the 90s,
Okay.
and then like the Pixies, and then that was then brought back into the UK, and like Radiohead came out of that, and then like that goes back and forth. It's
Like a circle of influence.
yeah,
It just
yeah, like
comes
the-
back and forth.
Yeah.
Both countries are really important.
Yeah, they're
like,
important
yeah,
on
they're
the
equally
history
important.
of rock and roll, but is there any other country that really has this huge legacy for rock and roll? Like any other
I mean, I think like America deserves like top spot.
Yeah, totally.
Obviously, nothing would never have happened without America. Like,
Yeah.
Canadian rock thrives off British rock.
like I mean, Canadian rock has
Very influenced.
Canada has a huge footprint in the story, definitely. And because I'm sort of a lot of like music and bands I didn't realize were Canadian before I like moved to Canada.
All right, but I also think that the Finland is within rock and roll. I think it's more like heavy metal.
Yeah.
Yeah, Germany, Finland,
Yeah.
Scandinavian.
It's like if we were a metal band, we'd probably be talking about
Yeah,
like
that.
Europe more.
Yeah.
All right, that's
All those
good.
heavy metal fests and
Where-
everything. Yeah.
We're like biased.
So you guys,
towards
do you
our-
guys get a lot of inspiration from British rock and roll bands?
I'd say yeah.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I love the Rolling Stones. I love
Yes.
the Beatles. I mean, yeah, everyone. Yeah, I'm sure everyone gets inspiration from them, one way or another.
All right.
I love the Birds. Yeah, I love those guys.
Yeah.
Royal Blood.
Royal Blood.
But that's
recent
the
example.
Royal Blood. They're like they're a little bit more new.
Yeah.
But I mean, because in the 1970s we all know that rock and roll was booming. Like rock and roll was the music. 1970s, like
Yeah.
1960s,
Yeah.
1970s, rock and roll was the big thing.
Mhm.
So we all know that a lot of bands came from. Right now, a lot of bands came from that time. That inspiration they got from that time, you know. So I thought that you guys also really get inspired by those kind of bands.
Well, we do.
Yeah.
We're very influenced by those bands, but it's like we're looking at the future.
Yeah, we don't want to sound like them. We don't want to be like a
Like
band.
the
that-
60s and 70s were 60s and 70s, but now we're entering 2020.
Yeah.
It's a whole new decade, new century.
Yeah.
True.
It's like, how can we push it? How can we sound like the
What's
band
next?
of today, the band of tomorrow? Like, yeah, we wanna have that modern sound, and of course we're influenced by the past, but we don't want to sound like them. We don't want to like look like them, you know?
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. What do you think about Matthew? You didn't say no?
Well, we want to sound different from everybody else.
Yes.
Have a different sound, our own style.
Okay. But that's what everyone says. All the new bands, they want to sound differently. You know, they want to make an impact.
Yeah.
And what's good with you guys, because you have a lot of qualities, and I know that Alberto, he also he's a filmmaker. He do movies.
Yeah.
How do you deal with the band and the movies?
Well, for me, it goes hand in hand because I mean, it's definitely something where I have like full flexibility and control over. Like in terms of like, I mean, when I make movies and I work on my filmmaking stuff, it's not like a 9 to 5 thing. It's like it's like, you know, as music is, it's like every day kind of thing,
All
and
around the clock.
all around the clock. So I'm able to juggle it, and I get filmmaking for me is like a kind of catharsis of like letting out like my emotions of like what I want on screen, but for music it's like letting it out, but like, you know, like on the spot I go and I jam and I play out a riff. It's there, it's like in the moment.
Okay.
Whereas filmmaking, there's like more of a process, so it's like it gives me like what I want, like emotionally, like to like give out and everything. It's just like a different way of the different processes and everything. So for me, juggling it, it's a fun. It's something that I'm able to do pretty
Because those-
easily, actually.
Yeah.
Like
Those two fits, you know,
Yeah.
they're in their industries, they're the same, like cinema and music, all the
Yeah.
artists, you know. So
well,
it fits.
yeah, and also it's like we need, like when we need a music video, I'm able to, you know, direct it. So
Okay.
it's like that's where everything kind of like crosses together. Like my connections from the film industry helps us. Our connections, like
And I find that it also helps, like, as the Unfound, like, we have by even directing it, like, you're directing the music videos,
Yes.
it's like we really keep our vision in the band.
yeah, we're not like giving it to someone else to.
Yes, that's good.
And then it's, you know, it's all kept like, it's kind of like in-house kind of thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I saw one of your posts on Instagram when I was looking, and you wrote that you thought that music was going to be like a hobby. You didn't know that it was gonna become that serious. Is that right?
I mean, when I first like wanted to find a band to play with,
Yeah.
for sure, like the reason why I stuck with these guys is because I knew they were serious.
Yes.
Like I didn't want it to be a hobby. I think maybe at first I said like, okay, like we'll do it for fun. It'll be a hobby like at the very beginning. But once I saw like what chemistry we have and like what we can do as writers and like as even businessmen, like as it's like a company, what we pretty much have.
Yes.
Like our ambition, our goals, like it all lines up. So for me, like it turned from a hobby to like something that I love to do, that I want to make it a career thing.
Because we know that there's people that are watching and listen to the podcast. They don't take musicians as serious. Like if you go and tell your mom, dad, I'm gonna become a musician, they're gonna get a job. You know, that's what most people do.
We're lucky though.
And it's true. Like not only for musicians, but artists, entrepreneurs. And like let's say the parents, they're not necessarily like they won't support you at the beginning.
I mean, we're very lucky.
Yeah, we're all across the board. We're
like,
lucky.
All of our families,
They support you?
They support us
Oh, yeah.
100%.
wives, girlfriends, parents are all totally behind us.
Yeah.
Which is not, like you say, it's not always like that.
Yes,
So-
it's true.
Everyone is so supportive. It's incredible. Yeah.
So what can you say to those people that they don't have that kind of support? What can you say, but they really wanna, like, I wanna be a professional musician, but maybe my mom or dad or my whatever, and they don't support me. What can you say to them?
I mean, it's hard to say because, I mean, obviously you would tell them like, stick to your dreams, do what you want to do, but
Yeah.
it's hard to put yourselves in their shoes, because if you want to do what you want to do, but you constantly have people like saying no, that's hard to like really like
I would say,
do what you
like,
want to do.
If your parents don't support you, then just ignore them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And find some people who do give a shit about what you're doing, because they'll be out there. And
Yeah,
when
for
you,
sure
when you
there
find when you find them, maybe there are other musicians. Like in Canada, you have Factor, which is like a government-sponsored
Okay.
program for sponsoring artists, which is amazing. Like I don't think anything like that exists where I come from. So, like, there's government support out there you can get, if that's financially speaking. Emotionally, like you got, like, if you're in a group, then you have your friends.
Yes.
They
You
give you
know,
that support.
you have other people who have the same goals as you.
But also because, well, you guys do great music, and I hear to the music, so I like it. But let's say, be honest, maybe some people are trying to be musicians, but they don't make great music, and maybe that's something that we have to
Well,
say.
I mean,
if they're not,
do you think it's right to say the guy sucks, but you say keep going? And maybe
well, you want to
yeah.
be.
Yes.
yeah,
Why?
because you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Maybe they're just finding
Yeah,
themselves.
there might be someone who loves their
It's
music.
like the ugly duckling.
No, but you guys watch American Got Talent. You go that kind of music, or British Got Talent.
Yeah, but like that's just not how anything works in reality.
Oh, yeah?
There's-
Yeah.
there's-
That's
there's
not,
just-
So that's
I don't
bullshit.
think that's
yeah.
real life.
You think like anybody would have like made Bob Dylan a star if he went on
No.
America's Got Talent?
They would have X'd him or something.
Yeah, like guy can't really sing.
So
that well.
that's just a show.
yeah, it's just a show.
It's a
not
show for ratings and stuff.
real. Yeah.
Okay.
But,
But-
I mean, if you see a guy who really sucks and like but you see like, it's not like that person is like, you don't expect everyone that they're gonna just become like huge and famous.
Yeah.
Everyone, but as long as it makes them happy, you don't want to kill that happiness.
Yeah.
Like
And who
if
knows-
someone sucks, you just give them. Sorry. If someone sucks, you just like. I mean, luckily I've never been in that situation, but like you
got
give them.
It's true. It's
No,
real.
for everyone around me, they're all so talented. Everyone.
It's rare to come across people who are like who've been doing it for like a significant amount of time who like suck. Like most people have.
But let's be honest, maybe there is in the industry that you are right now, you already saw some kind of bands that maybe they're not that great.
Yeah.
So what do you think about it?
I
Well,
don't
you,
think we need to comment really.
No. I mean,
I'm just saying, like, you know?
no. It's
the
you,
same.
yeah.
Same as any other like art, you know. It's like
Yeah, you. They're not better or
They're
worse.
finding-
They're not.
They might find themselves one day. They might develop, get better.
Yeah.
And like one man, like just because you think something's bad, somebody else might think it's great.
That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's not the question of better or worse for me. It's like more like different. Like what's
yeah,
yeah.
They play different kind of music.
Yeah, they play different.
Actually,
kind
yeah,
of music.
that's what we usually say if we see like a band that we're not like. If we just say like it's different. It's good, but it's different. Like it doesn't fit us, you know.
it doesn't fit us. So you guys won't play together, like because sometimes you book a band that you never really listen. You have to play with them, and it doesn't really fit, so you won't play with them again. So
Yeah.
But we say it respectfully, for sure.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Talking about all the bands and everything, you guys are in Montreal. The Unfound is from Montreal, so how does the Montreal rock and roll stage mean? The scenes. How does it look like? Is there a lot of bands? Is this a good place for bands?
I never thought there were this many bands before I started.
Oh yeah.
Like locally in
there's
Montreal.
a lot of there's thousands of local bands.
And they're all great.
All right.
And they're all great. Like
Because Montreal, the thing is, it's a very diverse city, so you have a lot of no two bands sound the same.
Okay.
it's true.
Yeah, there's no like cohesive scene. Like there's a lot of bands, but there's no like I wouldn't call it like a scene like in the conventional like historical term where you have like a lot of bands that are playing a similar kind of music. So it's not like a grunge scene or like a metal scene. It's
It's like very
It's all-
subgenre.
It's all
like,
there's all genres, yeah.
but I think that's almost like a sign of the times.
So
It's just the way things are now.
so there's a lot of local bands that play different kind of music.
But it's not
Yeah.
homogenous. It's like
Like the heavy metal scene in Montreal is
It's heavy.
is huge, but also the indie scene in Montreal is huge.
and it always has been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like for a lot more like hard rock or like the kind of rock that we play, like maybe Toronto is probably a bit of a bigger scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
And how did you guys make your place in this kind of in Montreal? How do you guys be different?
How are we different?
Yeah. How do Unfound make his place?
We show up to all our shows and give our 110%
Right.
It's like we play
energetic.
chaos, just chaos.
Yes.
Like
Well, I know.
we're always trying to be ourselves, stand out as being ourselves. Like we got our light show, we have our stage outfits, we have our sound. Like we're always trying to just like be ourselves and stand out from
every show we play. We look back on it and we always say, how do we improve?
Yeah.
What can be better? What can
We've come a long way in the last 2 years.
Yeah, and we get advice from everyone, and we listen to them all, and they've all made a good impact.
You guys go on stage like with a professional mindset. You guys want to really do it.
Yeah, we show up.
Yeah.
We set up, and we play. We don't.
There's no getting drunk and.
That doesn't happen.
No.
Not before the show.
Like whenever we get those free tickets for free drinks, I just give them to everyone who's helping us. I'm just like, here, take them. We don't use them.
Okay. Not before the show, but after the show, you guys drink.
No.
No, not
Because you
even.
gotta drive all the kit home.
You gotta drive all the gear home. You gotta load in. If there's stairs, you have to go up and down the stairs 10
You
times.
can't be like
do that drunk
freaking.
with your equipment.
All right.
To drive to
Yeah.
Brassard, then drive to La Salle.
Basically, and we take it seriously.
Yeah.
But I don't think that everyone
Because when we play a show, it's not like there's that show and it's like we have a month free after. It's like we play a show, we already know that the next day we have a meeting, that next week we have a music video shoot, the next day we have phone calls.
Okay.
So it's not like, okay, let's relax, and it's like, no, let's go home, let's sleep. And we have work the next day.
So you guys are always busy doing stuff with the band.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't believe that. Well, I don't. In my opinion, I think that not all the bands go on stage like you guys. Some bands, like we were talking about hobby, some bands go on stage just to play music.
And that's awesome. That's awesome.
Fine,
Yeah.
That's great. It's good for them.
Yeah, but you guys playing with that type of bands, how did you feel like? Because you're not sure.
There's no different feeling it's no different feeling. We've played with touring bands that take it professionally like we do. We play with other bands that do it as a hobby. There's no difference.
Okay.
Yeah. There's absolutely no difference.
We're all just playing rock and roll.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's just us playing rock and roll.
No, because I mean, if people watching and listen to the podcast, they have this impression of bands and rock and roll. They have this type of ego character, and they're not nice, So that's why we hear on the movies, on the news. You see all these bands. They have this type of character. So I'm just trying to be sure.
Yeah, we don't have enough money to be like arrogant yet.
Yeah.
So you guys gonna be
Come back again
Yeah.
after we made $10 million, and then
Then it'll be a different interview. We'll have our shades on, lay back with that smoke.
No,
us.
but that's what talking about that. That's what's happening with them. The rap, all these hip hop actors, hip hop rappers. You know, they do all these interviews. They go in there with glasses and
Yeah.
they sit down. They talk how much money they make. Because what do you think about that type of artists, musicians?
I mean, it's hard because they
it's-
deal with so much, you
it's a
know?
part of the brand.
Yeah,
It's like most people are just putting on a show like that.
Yeah.
Like
It's true. Yeah.
it's how they sell their.
It's marketing.
Like,
Yeah, you can't just like sell your music. You have to sell
Your brand.
your brand.
all right.
And like if your music is about like making loads of money, then that's what you want to sell when you're in an interview.
But that's how another thing about us is that we take the Unfound as a brand as well.
Yes.
The logo, we have
Yeah.
our T-shirts, our merchandise, our
And I think
The
our
look.
music really backs it up.
yeah, that modern, clean, just from the look of the logo,
Yeah.
like clean, edgy, simple, but like
It's professional.
Very professional.
Do you guys listen to other type of music except for rock?
I like a lot of film music.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hans Zimmer,
me too.
Ennio Morricone, and I like some pop,
Okay.
but I take that all as an influence, like to make what we're making.
Taylor Swift.
Yesterday I was in the car with my girlfriend singing Disney songs.
Oh, yeah?
You know, like
By the way-
Hakuna Matata. I love all that stuff. Even the Bee Gees. We love the Bee Gees. Singing that in the car. So like one night, like I'll be like rocking out, and then the next day I'll be like in the car, like singing Bee Gees with my girlfriend.
Because you guys also play one of the song of Taylor Swift, no?
Yeah,
You guys play
that's
that?
all on Ben.
Yeah, I'm a big Tay-Tay fan.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know that.
Yeah. I'm going to see her in July actually in Boston.
But she's very popular in the UK,
She's popular everywhere.
everywhere.
Yeah, I think there are like remote Amazonian tribes that love Taylor Swift.
She's worldwide.
Yeah.
But she started like with nothing, and then she makes her way to the
That's
top.
how everybody starts.
You know,
Yeah.
she really started from nothing. Like,
I mean, she's a songwriter. She made her way up.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do play a cover. If you come to our shows, then you'll probably hear it.
I love playing it, man.
Yeah, we sort
Yeah.
of we turn it into like a.
Spin on it.
It's like a white snake.
you
Yeah.
you change it a little bit to adapt to your type of music. Yeah.
Yeah.
We unfounded it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Matthew? What type of other music do you like?
Well, the new Muse album.
Uh-huh.
It's more like electronic,
It's
mixed with
electronic.
rock.
Yeah.
I've been listening to a lot of that lately.
By the way, I know that I interviewed Jeremy and we talk about it, but we've been friends, but I never really asked you, why do you decide to really go into music like that?
Well, I've been playing it since I was small.
Yeah.
Like, my dad used to play music too.
Okay.
When he was younger.
Yeah, that for sure, but
He was in a band too.
Yeah.
because the thing with Matthew is that he tries any instrument and he got it right, you know. And that's
Yeah.
when he used to play bass. He just one time and he was good. And then he started guitar and he was good, and then piano he was good. So maybe talent is. It's like he had talent for that, you know.
Well, I when I started learning an instrument, I tend to learn pick it up fast,
Yeah.
like guitar. Well, I already knew bass, so it was easier.
Yes.
But
Well, that's good. Very good, guys. So, listen. So we talk about it before the interview. I saw there's a lot of bands. They come out with a new concept. They want to be different, and I saw that there's band that only have 2 band members. They have 2 musicians on stage, and most of the time they take out the bassist. So I'm gonna ask you back to Matthew, but I'm not sure. Is that right? So all
I
these
don't
2
know.
band members, what did they play? The guitar. and the
Well, I know
Royal
Royal
Blood.
Blood. They
it's like he's playing a bass, and he has distortion
Yeah.
on it.
Okay.
Like he goes through a bass amp and a
so it sounds like
Guitar.
it sounds like like
guitar.
a guitar.
It sounds like both.
Yeah, sounds like both. Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's going through a bass amp and through a guitar amp.
Do you think it's more easy to have two members?
No.
No, why?
Maybe for making decisions and making and decisions, basically, it's probably easier.
Yeah.
But in terms of like musicality and having songs sound different and having different suggestions, I'd say it's very difficult.
You'd have to have somebody with like a really good vision for what, like the kind of songs that you're writing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like we all sort of equally contribute to in the writing process, and having 4 people really helps create something quite unique.
So usually in a two-member band, there's always one that has that.
Yeah.
It's more like.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if you look at the White Stripes, like
Okay.
for instance, it's a good example.
Yeah, Jack White.
Jack White's like just a really prolific songwriter. So
Okay.
he's like clearly the creative force, and like I don't know. I'm trying to think of other examples.
On Black Keys.
The Black
there's-
Keys,
like,
like
Ah,
I
the
don't know.
Black Keys, yeah.
I'd
Black Keys
say
are
Black Keys,
two-
I'd say it's both of them.
It's
Yeah.
one of them. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure.
They're both equally.
They're both equally talented.
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, just to clarify, Meg White is an amazing drummer, but like, it just like Jack White is like I think he's like
The songwriter.
the guy
Yeah,
that has the direction.
yeah, the guy with
Yeah,
the glasses.
yeah.
What you mean? The guy with the glasses. From
The only guy.
The only
which-
guy, yeah.
It was the other one.
He's the only guy. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But there's two members of the Black Keys, you know.
Sorry, I was
Yeah.
talking about the White Stripes.
Oh, the White Stripes. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
Good. Sorry, I didn't follow that.
I didn't want to diss Meg White.
Oh.
Oh, don't
Going
worry.
back to the,
I don't think she'll be listening to this.
You never know.
You never know. Knowing us is gonna pop right up in your feed as an ad.
but see, going back to that, just going back to Matthew, you play bass, and when people hear the music, they try to hear more the guitar and the vocalists. So why do you think the bass is so important in the band?
Well, it's important because it keeps the rhythm with the drums.
Yes.
And for me, I think it's good to have like a good bass line in the song because it makes it more enjoyable for like me personally and other people that you enjoy the song more.
But you need a bassist to really make the music. You really need one.
Of course. Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
say
Yeah. The rhythm section. You need that.
I mean, like people, like a lot of people don't hear. They might not know that they're hearing the bass, but they are.
For us, it allows me at least for sure to like just play with ease, knowing that these guys are holding the fort down like glue. It lets us be more creative and have that freedom to just fuck around and like have things come up like whenever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, so every instrument is important. Every from the guitarist to the vocalist to the drummers.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have it if it wasn't important.
Yeah.
And for sure. But it's also because you guys all fit together and you have a good energy together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why all the Unfound came alive.
Yeah, it's just it's hard to describe. It's just like
our chemistry.
It's seamless. Like Matt will start a riff, and then I'll come in with the riff, and Jeremy comes in with the drum, and he'll come in with a vocal melody and some rhythm guitar, and like 5 minutes later we're writing a song,
Okay.
and we're playing it through.
How
It's
do you write
incredible.
songs? It comes out with that.
Someone will start. He'll start with a riff. I'll start with a riff, or he'll start with a riff,
we all just join in.
and we'll all join in.
So who is the one that made most of the music so far?
It's pretty equal.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost. Everyone has like a music that he started.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
You started Monochrome.
Yeah.
Down south, you started Sonora. Well,
Yeah.
our love song, it's not out yet, but
Yeah. We have a lot of songs.
he
that
started
recorded.
he started our latest falsetto song.
There's
like-
a lot of material
Oh,
in
he
the
started
bank.
zero?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Damn, man, he's good.
yeah.
No, that's one of the songs I like for sure. But talking about all of starting sons and everything, how do you guys manage the band? Because you're 4 members, and we were talking about 2 members band is more easily to manage. And how do you guys manage? Who does what exactly? Except for the instrument, who does what in terms of business and creation and everything?
Well, we all have to like divide it accordingly. Like we can't like all put it on like to one person. Like we can't. We have to be real and say like, okay, you do this, you do that. So like Matt does a lot of our social media posts.
Okay.
Ben does a lot of our like writing bios, and he's a great writer. So we use that to our advantage when we apply for applications. You write, you help
Well,
write
I
our
saw
stuff.
that. I went to look at your Facebook profile and I see this guy. You have a Twitter.
Well, yeah, I don't think I've tweeted in about 10 years.
You should tweet. No, for real, he should tweet because when I see on his Facebook, you have the this kind of you can start conversations easily. When you have an opinion too, I think Twitter would be good for you. You should tweet. Because I saw it on your post on Facebook.
I'm a bit scared to tweet.
I know why, so.
Because, like, it's a vicious world out there.
Yeah, Twitter is a vicious world, man. And they're not friendly like Facebook, yeah.
No.
No.
It's just a bit like
Yeah.
putting your opinions out there and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, you get easily attacked on Twitter than any other platform.
Yeah. And I just don't think I want to open myself up to that. But maybe I will. We'll see.
Let's see.
Coming soon.
When he
It'll be with our band.
Endorse Twitter.
It'll be with our band account.
Yeah.
I should get the Unfound on Twitter. Like we're there, but we're not very active. We should probably be
I
there.
don't think we were tweeted.
Matt is gonna
I think
do the tweets.
I think we just retweeted a few things.
And you retweet some stuff. You guys, the Unfound has a Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a Twitter. Yeah.
But we're really active on Insta and Facebook.
Yeah.
Instagram and Facebook.
Those are like our most active.
Yeah.
And then besides that, it's just me and Jeremy are like the relations and contacts,
Okay.
Yeah.
It's booking shows.
booking shows.
Okay, so you guys book the shows, you and Jeremy?
We take care of like our relationships with marketing agencies, relationships with booking, relationships with our recording studio where we record, and
Okay.
just like taking all the resources and just managing them. Yeah.
Networking.
Yeah,
Right.
networking. Yeah.
But for the people that are listening and watching to the podcast, and they hear talking and you say, okay, those guys manage well, they do social media, they book their own shows and everything. Do you think that musicians should run the bands like a business?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. If you want to take it seriously, yeah.
If that's it. If you want to make a career out of it, definitely. If
Yeah.
you want to do it as a hobby,
It is literally a
You can-
business.
you can.
It's literally a company. Like
Yeah.
it's
We are a company.
the
So
Unfound.
you guys have
Unfound,
that mindset already,
yeah.
because I know that some artists, they try to focus on the art, you know, and they don't see
Good luck with that.
they all
Yeah.
Yeah. You're not gonna get anywhere.
because they don't have the business sense. They don't
Yeah.
have the mindset.
Yeah. You have to.
You gotta find a way to monetize it.
It's not gonna pay for your food. You know.
But going back to that, if you're really talented, you have a lot of talent, then maybe you can. Because I'm pretty sure that let's take an example like Elton Jones.
Yeah.
He did good music, but maybe I don't know if he's a businessman. I think maybe he's not.
I'm sure he turned into a good
He
businessman.
turned into a
Yeah.
good businessman.
I'm 100%. Like look at Gene Simmons. Like he had that mindset of a business,
Yeah.
and look where they are now.
But also for the people like that are not really business people, they have like a good manager or they have a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how you
any band, if you want to make it, you need a good team around you. If you don't have a good team around you, you're staying where you are.
We're fortunate to have a good team.
You have a very good team.
We're
But
blessed.
you guys have like a manager?
No, but we have people that do management duties.
A lot of people who help us
Yeah.
out.
A lot of people help us out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you already understand that you really need to have a good team behind you guys.
Oh yeah, yeah. From marketing to our producing to graphic design,
Graphic design, consulting.
art direction,
Right.
Advice.
Nice.
Advice.
yeah.
Like we'll take anything.
Because right now with the
Well, yeah. Please, go help us.
Okay, help them. Anyone that has,
Call 514.
anyone that wants to have that fun, you can give a donation. No.
Yeah, we're starting a crowdfunding.
Crowdfunding. No, but how do you guys get to that point? Because you like it's only since 2017. How do you understood that? How do you understood that we need to run this as a business?
It's trial and error since the beginning.
Okay.
Yeah.
You try to get somewhere and you get denied or refused or rejected, and you learn. You ask yourself, why did that happen? And you get advice from people in the industry that know
Why it happened?
and then you act on it.
Yeah.
And it's just a rinse and repeat situation until you just keep getting better.
Yeah.
And a lot of for sure, even bigger bands
Go through it.
are still making mistakes.
Yes.
But they learn from it. It's the ones that learn and get better that are the ones that...
Even when something works out, there's always a mistake
there's
in
always-
that thing that worked out.
Yes, that's
And
for
you-
sure.
you try to
always
fix
learn
it,
from
yeah.
mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But-
that's basically what it is. It's you reach a point where, for a business, thinking of it as a business, we reached a point that it's like, you know what, we have to think of this as a business if we want to start trying to get an income and for people to take us seriously in the industry.
Okay,
Yeah.
but talking about the industry, because with social media and the internet, I think it's more easy now that to really put your stuff out there. You know, I'm just gonna take I don't know if you know Change the Rapper. He really did it on SoundCloud. He put his stuff on SoundCloud and then he got discovered. What do you think about that kind of way to get known?
It's great if you can pull it off, but like
That's all.
99.9% of people who just put their music on the internet
They
don't
don't.
get discovered.
That's a 1 in a billion chance.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows what the real story is anyways?
Yeah, and a lot of exactly like sometimes the manager will make that the story.
Yeah.
Okay, they make out this.
Yeah, so like you know that because you read it somewhere.
There's a lot of bullshit in the music.
I mean, I don't know personally what Chance the Rapper story is like, but
I'm not saying that it didn't happen.
No,
I'm
but
sure
it's-
there were things that
Yeah.
that they really pushed. It's not like a guy just went on there. It's like, oh, fuck, this guy's fucking
No, but
amazing.
that can
I'm gonna sign
happen.
him.
That
And they
could
sign him,
happen.
That only happens in the
It doesn't
movies.
happen.
It's in the
Yeah, I
movies.
think it
It's so
happened to a lot of
There's
rappers.
behind every...
Knowing
there's
when-
always a guy pushing.
Knowing what we go through,
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something else.
No, nobody
sure
has
something else.
contacted you and say, yo, we want to promote you. And then it happened.
Yeah, just Instagram bots.
All right. Yeah, because I don't know, man. Because I saw a lot. Maybe they, like you said, maybe they try to put it bigger.
They embellish
than
the story.
than it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They embellish
I mean-
the story to make it more unique.
You have to
Exactly.
stand out.
But let's say that the
It's like it's the way they sell the artist, the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with
Yeah.
the internet, it helps. It does help.
It does help to
Oh,
get
yeah.
your music out there.
Yeah,
it
it
does.
does.
But
Yeah.
for it to get discovered, I'd say you have the same. You have a slim better chance than before, but to really make it up there, it's still. I'd say
It's just as hard, if
just
not
as hard.
harder, than it was 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between right now and 30 years ago?
People are spending less money on music.
And you could do it in. I mean, we recorded our demos down here.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
in our,
this is where
you know,
Sooner or Later was recorded.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like you have the technology to be able to do it by yourselves.
Whereas before, you in the 70s and 80s, you needed a label to invest in you
Yeah.
in order to get a proper recording.
Because it was too expensive.
So I'd say now more bands have better sounding quality records,
for
but
sure. But that makes the competition worse.
that
Yes, it does.
as to
Yeah.
before there was 100 bands and let's say there was 100 bands and 5 music labels. Now there's 1,000 bands and still 5 music labels.
Well,
Yeah, it didn't match. It doesn't go.
Which is amazing for the consumer because there's like so much amazing music out there, and everybody who has a vision can make their vision a reality for not much money. But like then it means that to really make a lot of money in this business is very, very hard. But it's easy to reach people and create a following.
Yes.
I guess that's easier, but it might not be a big following. But
Okay.
you can connect with like a fan
Yeah.
base quite easily on the
Yes.
internet.
Yeah.
For sure.
That part, yeah.
Yeah.
And also because you guys have like Alberto that does all the editing and skills, you don't need like to find anyone else. You already know all this. You do movies, so you know how to edit
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, we definitely take all our resources and all our skills that we do have. We put it all in a pot.
Talking about social media, and Matthew, how did you get your inspiration to post on social media? Do you look to other bands, or do you just post like that?
I just do my own thing, mostly.
Yeah.
I come up with the captions and post, like try to use the best hashtags.
Yeah.
We create
just
banks.
for us.
We
So-
create banks of
Where did you see the most traction on? Which platforms is it better for the Unfound?
Lately, I've been getting a lot from Facebook.
Yeah.
Instagram is like kind of going down a bit, but most are still up there. Like, but mostly Facebook.
Okay.
It's mostly because these social media platforms, they keep changing their algorithms
Yeah.
to make, and it's getting harder to.
So
Right,
getting
yeah,
harder
yeah,
for us
yeah.
little guys, yeah.
But you think the social media is important for the band?
Very
Oh
important.
yeah, yeah. We have to connect with our audience.
I think we've been doing
Like,
that.
yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Is there any is there any other bands that not on social media and that happen? Like you see, you have a social media, they say no, or every band
I'd
has a social media.
say
I think
nowadays everybody.
I think
everybody-
every band we came across
have.
has social media.
At least a Facebook page and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Or
guys-
else, how are people gonna know when they have shows, when they have songs coming out? They need what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So talking about also all the internet and stuff, I want to talk about Spotify and Apple Music and the streaming services, because I think bands say that people are spending less on music. Yeah, so they don't buy any CDs. I think there is still CDs and there's still stores that sell CDs. But let's talk about this subject. I'm pretty sure the people that are watching and listening want to hear about that. What do you guys think about Spotify and Apple Music?
I'd say it definitely helps as a.
Yeah, stop. You guys think that there's still money? There's still money from the app.
We have
No,
enough.
it definitely helps as to get your music out there. Like,
But yeah,
it's
but
easier. It's easier than going to a store and actually having to buy all the songs on the CD.
It's crazy how easy it is to just put your stuff on Spotify.
Yeah.
it's easy
Anybody
for
can do it.
it's easy for the consumer and you guys. Like we talked
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
recently to just I want to put my music, so I'm going to put it on Spotify.
Yeah.
But we're talking about you guys are running this like a business,
Mm-hmm.
and there are businesses.
Yeah.
And I hear a lot of stories. Taylor Swift didn't want to post on Spotify or something like that. She didn't.
No.
She didn't want. Is she on Spotify?
She is now, yeah, but
Yeah.
she wasn't for a long time
So why is that?
because she didn't think it was fair.
Okay.
I think the artist is paid what is it?
It's a lot less than.
a tenth of a cent per stream.
A 10. Okay, a 10.
10%, which
Alright.
is not a lot. So like before, if you wanted to listen to Taylor Swift's new album,
Yeah.
every track, you would have to go out and buy it for whatever,
$10,
$14.99.
10, $15.
Yeah.
$1 a song.
And then it was $1 a song. And now if somebody listens to the whole album, it's, well,
I mean,
No.
$10 a
not
month.
even
$10 a month.
just
when
over a
it's
cent for the whole album. But obviously repeat listens, that builds up.
Yes.
So like, I think it's just the reality now. Like, it's just that's how people are going to listen to music. It's how I listen to music. I moved to Canada, and like, I didn't take my music collection with me.
So you just go on Spotify and
I just stream all my music now.
your playlist.
Yeah, and because it's easy, it's convenient.
Yeah.
And I think if you try and fight against it, you're not going to win. Like, when the technology changes, you just have to kind of go with it and make the best of it and find where the income is going to come from next. So
Yeah.
like, it's no coincidence that like tickets for shows are now like astronomical.
So, but let's
Because
say,
that's where the money is now.
how
Yeah.
does the artists get the money from ticket sale? Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and merchandise.
No one's making a lot of money off of streaming.
So they have
Spotify
to,
hasn't even made a profit, I don't think. Yeah.
Yeah, Spotify.
Yeah, it's on. Like, people are selling their band T-shirts on Spotify.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
How?
Well, they have like a Spotify for shop Spotify or something.
Oh, they do?
Like, where you could put let's say on a band's profile page, like you have their music, and then like in the middle you have like, okay, buy a T-shirt, buy this, buy a hat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can sell product on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is news to me.
That's crazy.
Cool.
That's crazy.
I mean, it's true, right?
But correct.
Yeah. And that's probably a good way for Spotify to make more money, because they need to find a way of making more money out out of it too, I guess.
So how do you think that what should be done to make that fair for the artists? Because you guys do a lot of work. The artists do a lot of work. They produce a lot of music. What will be the best solution there to should we go back to CDs?
No, because
No.
they suck and they get scratched and they skip and
People today are used to having choice, choosing what to listen.
yeah.
So when you buy a CD, you only have a choice of like 10 or 12 songs.
Yeah.
You have no choice of listening to anything else back in the day.
So you
Or
think,
unless you have radio and you listen to what they want you to listen to. But now you have a choice on Spotify, on YouTube, on
Yeah, you can choose what you listen, what you
whatever
want.
you want in the world.
Yeah.
that's good for the
And
consumer.
once people have
Yeah.
that, they're not gonna go back to.
Well,
they,
yeah,
you
that's
can't
good.
go back.
Anyways, even you guys, you listen like that. Even your artist, I'm pretty sure Taylor Swift listens on Spotify. I mean, she's not there where she is now. but I'm pretty sure she listens the same way. She goes on the phone and she goes in Apple Music. Maybe, I don't know.
If she has time, yeah.
I think the problem really is that like Spotify can't like artists should be paid more for streaming, but people aren't going to pay more than like how much are people is the consumer going to pay for that privilege?
But how do we pay the artists now? What's the
Well,
solution?
There's so many different ways.
Merchandise,
Either you're a band that sells through merchandise, either you're a band that sells through live shows, either you're a band that sells through streams, either you're a band that sells through just doing live shows
Yeah,
night after
that's
night after night. Like there's so many different ways for a band to make money.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no excuses for people to say they don't pay you enough. You have to become a brand. You have to sell product like you guys do. You have T-shirts.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have a lot of other merchandise.
It's kind of swapped over. So like when my dad used to go to shows back in the 70s and the 80s, like a band would play the show to promote the record.
Okay.
Because the money was in the record. So like people would go to the show and pay like $5 for a ticket.
Yes.
And
They would buy the record.
And then they would play their new record.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing to think, but like my dad said that when he used to go to shows, you would see a band and they would play their new record and it wasn't even out yet. People actually did that.
Just to promote the
Yeah, and you would watch your favorite band play songs you'd never heard before.
And then they went out and bought it.
And then they went out and bought the record because the record is where you made all the money.
Okay. But do you guys get any money when you do a show from the ticket sales? Do you
Yeah.
get any-
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, we do.
So now you do you have the record promote the show. So it's like completely flipped over on its head.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the music industry has changed a lot since.
I think every 5 to
since
10 years
internet.
it changes.
But that means that the show has to be bigger and it has to be more fantastic and it has to be worth the money. So that's like the superstars now. Their shows are like crazy.
Yeah, they don't even really do music. They're like performers.
Yeah.
They dance. I think they do everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You guys,
Even the rock bands, they have like props and they have like crazy
Yeah.
light shows and
Yeah.
you have to make it huge. And Alberto was saying that it costs a lot now to go to a band show, especially the norms.
Yeah.
So
It's expensive.
It's
Tickets are expensive. Yeah.
but like the consumer has to pay the band somehow.
Okay.
Like if you want people to make music that you love, they have to make a living. Like,
Yeah.
You can't just have everything for free.
So what the last show you guys went to see?
I went to go see. I saw Kiss. That was
Kiss.
my last show.
That was 2000.
2000 and just in August. I went to see them in March and August. Yeah.
Okay, you went
Those were my
twice.
last two shows.
Okay, so the tickets were expensive.
Yeah, tickets were $250 plus tax. Yeah.
Jeremy?
I think that was my last show, Muse,
Yes.
when they came in March.
And that was expensive too.
That was not bad. It was $90.
Okay. The same match.
Me was Brian Adams.
Okay.
Oh, that was your last show?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I didn't know you went to see him.
It was like last minute. We bought tickets at like 6 p.m.
It's amazing. He plays a good show, eh?
Yeah.
They were less expensive if you buy like a late.
Yeah, it was like less expensive.
And then
I think it was a free show actually, Montreal Jazz Fest.
that's what I'm. But thank you for just bringing that because I was going to ask all these festivals. Tickets are expensive, and we know that it's mostly for big known bands and artists. But what do you guys think about this? Especially in Montreal, there's a lot of festivals that promote music. So
Yeah.
is that good for the
Yeah,
industry? Is that good for the place, the bands?
Definitely.
for sure. Like Montreal doesn't like spend a lot of money on like fixing its roads or anything, but it does like spend a lot of money, I think, on
On festivals.
Festival.
Okay.
In,
Burning
in the
arts.
summer, there's something going on almost
Yeah.
every second night. There's something.
Something going on,
Yeah.
especially in music, the jazz
Music and
festival.
arts and
Yeah.
film and everything.
yeah,
Osheaga, that's one of the
Yeah.
big festivals here.
yeah.
Talking about the festivals, I know you guys because people like maybe they want to go and listen to the Unfound, and maybe they're right now taking on the phone and they go on the Unfound, they go to Spotify and they look. There's just one song, you know. You guys are new. Like you just released your first single in August on the 29th.
Yeah.
Sooner or later. And also you went after that on a Ontario tour. You went on a tour.
Yeah, with
But-
you.
Yeah, with me. I was there too. I was there because I know a lot of stuff that happened that we won't say.
Cut two.
No, but that what people don't know is that you I won't say it. What people don't know is that you released Sooner or Later in 2018. You know?
Yeah.
And that was the first time. I remember I shared it on Facebook, I shared it on Instagram, I
Yeah.
talk about it, and 3 weeks after there was none. What
So
happened?
it's called a re-release, and it happens quite a lot actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we basically kind of screwed it up the first time. So
Well,
Well, no, remember we were
weren't
talking.
happy with it.
Remember we were talking about mistakes.
yeah.
Well, we made a mistake, and we fixed it, and now it's better than ever.
Yeah, well, what do you guys fix?
The way we released it, we put a whole marketing strategy around it, like our new one.
Yeah.
Before
PR campaign.
we put a PR campaign,
We were featured in the Exclaim magazine in
Yeah.
Toronto.
Okay.
we didn't do any of that stuff first time. Like we just put it out there and expected something to happen that doesn't happen. You have to push it.
So you
Yeah.
guys just decide, or somebody told you maybe you just shouldn't do it?
No, it was
way?
us. It was us. Yeah, we just feel like the song had so much potential, and we didn't put it. Not that we did. Not that we didn't put the effort, because we put the effort, but we just didn't make the right choices. And we didn't want to just like say like, okay, you know what, we made a bad mistake. Let's just release the next song, but we'll do it right this time. We're like, no, it's still early in the game. Let's re-release it, but let's do it properly. And doing it properly means like 3 months of work after it's done, after the music video is done. 3 months of getting your PR on board, getting pitching it to magazines, which we've gone on like 10 magazines or something. Getting interviews, just getting attraction to it, posting about the song,
You did social media too.
social media. We organized a show, we organized a tour, which takes like 4 or 5 months just to organize a show.
Talking about
Yeah, a
that,
tour and
talking
a show.
about that, do you think it's still good to also promote and not in social media but in magazines and radio? Do you think that's still good in today's world?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people put like should only focus on social media, put money on social media, but you guys went to magazines.
Yeah.
But I
Of
mean,
course.
magazines went online.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all an online magazine.
Which links to social media because you post about it on social media.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
But-
a thing to share to people, to show that it's out there. But it's not just like, oh, here it is. But no, it's like it's here on this magazine.
People are talking about it.
Yeah, read about us. Listen, look at our interview. There's always something attached to the music video.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did you guys try to get in radio?
Radio will come when it comes.
It'll come at a later date.
Is that like it? Is I mean, radio was a huge thing back in the days. But did you guys put a radio in a pedestal and you really we want to be in radio, or is that it's not important?
I think at a time it was, but I think that's another thing that was one of those mistakes.
Yeah.
Focusing too much on something that we probably shouldn't have right now.
Okay.
Yeah, like we've gotten advice saying like you shouldn't strive for radio when you don't even have one song released, because once you're approaching a radio station, they want to know who you are, what have you done, what's your story,
Yes.
what's your history, what are your past songs.
Yeah.
So already it's like, okay, we're a new band. We've been playing live shows for like less than a year at that time.
But some new bands make it on the radio.
I mean, they're not new.
Okay, they're not.
No.
They're new to the.
They're new to us.
listener.
They're new to us, but then you don't see the 4 or 3 years of
Okay.
Yeah.
like where they
And
started.
guaranteed, like they would have had several EPs beforehand.
Oh, yeah,
Releases,
for sure.
And, it's yeah.
So you
So
say
it's better aim for smaller goals, and the bigger ones will come.
Yeah.
all these talks about new bands, new rappers. It's all just to get attention.
They're new to the.
They're new They're new to us.
They're
I
new
mean.
to the industry,
Okay.
but who
They're new
knows
to
how
the
many
people.
years of work they've been going
Yeah,
through.
they're new to the people.
To get to that point.
Or they got a major push from
Yeah.
that they saw that they could make
From
like
a label.
from a label like Greta Van Fleet, like they saw like, oh, we could cash in on this nostalgia
Yeah.
here.
Mhm.
There's moments like that.
So you also talk about doing a tour, and you said that you guys prepared that 5-6 months in advance,
Yeah.
and you guys went to Ontario just after the release. That was something that you really want to do that you didn't do in the first release, like making a tour just to really.
Well, we definitely didn't even have that in mind in the first release. that wasn't even something that came up, but like
We didn't
as
play a show.
yeah, we
You guys didn't play a
yeah,
show?
we did.
We didn't have a release show.
It's true. We didn't even
yeah.
have a release show,
But this time we had
a tour.
we sold out to Vitrola in Montreal,
Yeah.
and then we left on tour.
It was great.
So,
Yeah,
so you went.
Yeah, that's fun.
It was great. You guys went from Ottawa, Toronto,
Kingston.
London, and
Guelph. Yeah, Guelph.
What was the best city?
Guelph was awesome.
Anyone that's watching in Guelph, thank you.
We love
And
Guelph.
maybe there's people that listen to the podcast in Guelph. Thank
Yeah.
you. I don't know.
You know who you are.
A small city of a lot of intense people.
Yeah.
No, that was a good show because there were a lot of people and a lot of university students, so a lot of good energy.
Yeah, great energy.
But it takes a lot of work to go on a tour. no?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I find at the end of it, you really
You feel like you accomplished something.
You grow
so,
as a band. You feel
Yeah.
really confident.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's those nights of not sleeping well, loading in, loading out. You know,
I know. I was there. We did some stuff.
coffee, tired, driving,
And
get
there
to the
was-
show,
Yeah.
problems at the show,
Yeah, after that you go.
and
to the-
and still performing well. That's when I find a band really can grow.
Yeah, and then you go to the hotel, you sleep at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., you drink some
Yeah.
alcohol.
I can't even associate what hotels were with what city. Like thinking about how they are, like I don't remember what the Guelph looked
Only
like.
Kingston.
Only Kingston. We stayed there for 4 freaking days.
No, Kingston was. We stayed there for 4 days.
My God,
You remember
Kingston.
I went on a boat tour of the islands. It was beautiful.
Because thank you by the way for inviting. Thank you by the way for inviting me to the tour. That was great. I went with you guys
Glad to have
because I love the band for sure. Not only because Matt and Jeremy are my friends, because the first time I hear you guys, I say, okay, this guy's gonna make it huge. So I knew
Thanks,
it.
man.
And by the way, the first show they did was in a cottage.
Yeah, a cottage,
a
and we
cottage.
were not the Unfound.
You were what?
I don't know. Do you want to say it?
No
The
name.
Mandela effect.
Yeah, we were the Mandela effect. What?
Oh yeah, that was their original name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember.
Good.
I remember.
He thinks it's something else.
Yeah.
I think it
it's
was. No, I think it
Mandela
was.
effect.
I think it was.
We still have the Facebook page.
Yeah, we still have the Facebook page.
Still getting likes.
I
So
still
it's still
get
getting
likes?
likes every week or so. It's like, oh, one you like the
No, no,
Mandela effect.
I thought you guys were the Unfound at that time.
No,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
No, we were the Mandela effect.
What was that?
And that show was after a month we were started jamming together.
Yeah.
How did it feel like?
And he was gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how did you feel the first time you played in front of an audience? Like there were, I mean, I think there were like 20 people there.
At the cottage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
I mean, yeah,
I-
it was.
that was when I really felt like even just after a month of like jamming with like the full band, the complete band, like
Yeah.
I didn't feel no stress. I felt confident with these guys on stage and
You
it
guys,
felt great. So then I was like, we gotta do more of this.
because there's
Yeah, you get that adrenaline, like
Yeah,
you want it again. That's why on tour we were always go because we're like, like, you just wanted it every night.
because a lot of the artists first time they play they tend to freeze in front of the audience. So, you know that happens.
Some people.
For some people, but for us, we're so comfortable with each other. We trust each other,
Yeah.
and we're not afraid to like fuck up.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
if we fuck up, like we laugh about it on stage.
So nobody.
If-
You guys, when you play, you know, okay, he made a mistake, but mostly of the people they don't even hear the mistakes. You know.
Sometimes I don't even hear it.
Some
Matt,
people.
we'll get together after the show. Matt will say, I fucked up this. Jeremy will say, I fucked up that. I'll say, I fucked up this. And we're like, I didn't hear it. Like, we
It
just,
doesn't matter.
It doesn't
yeah,
matter.
we just say to ourselves, let's just show that we're having fun, which we are, and play.
So what's the difference between playing live and playing in the basement? Like you guys play here, you practice, and there's nobody. Maybe your dad comes.
The difference is the audience.
Yeah, the audience, yeah.
What's-
And the space, yeah.
The space in the audience. So
It's
what?
getting that energy from the audience. You get that energy and you use it on stage. And
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
feedback loop.
Okay, so when you get when the audience is screaming and they're happy, that gets back to you, and then you get more
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
And they get more energy, and you get more energy.
But
Yeah.
let's say, no, for real, when we went to the Ontario tour, what was the worst place you guys play? You know what
So
I'm
that-
I
saying?
don't think we should answer that.
I will say it, that was London. London, no.
he said it. So London.
All right, so
Nah.
let's talk about it. There was, we played for the bar ladies.
Yeah.
We played for, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. They were like,
It just-
But you know
wasn't-
what? You know what? We turned that place into, we turned it into like our own space.
yeah.
We went in there. We told them to shut down the house lights. We put on our stage lights.
Yeah.
It looked like a venue.
You
it looked
crushed
like
it, yeah.
we
and the people
crushed
that were
it.
there, and granted they weren't many, but they loved it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they love it. Yeah.
Everyone that was in that space told us that they loved it.
You
So
guys took over. Yeah.
yeah. So I wouldn't say it was our worst show. It was just the show with less
It's
people.
just
Well,
we could
it's-
maybe could have promoted
It
it
was just
better.
the place doing fit, you know. You guys look on the internet, you say, okay, maybe this place is good, but after
but it's
you
also
go back-
it's also a thing of
Who's gonna book?
who's gonna book an unknown band in a city you've never been to
true.
play in.
Yeah.
No, that happens rarely. That you're gonna first time you're playing in a city, you're gonna get a great venue.
So because the great venues are only the one.
They're already
bands.
booked, or they're gonna want somebody who's gonna pull in a lot of people, and we are just finished on tour for our first release. So
Okay.
it's all a matter of just building a following. And let's say out of those 5 people that were there that night,
Yeah.
5.
2 come back for the next time we play there
Yeah.
to our next show. Maybe it's there, maybe it's another venue, and some of them bring their friends, and there's more people there. That's how you gain.
Like
An audience.
like a word of mouth. Are they good? So
Yeah.
go and listen.
You're
to them.
gonna to all future bands. You're gonna be playing shit venues,
It's true. Hear that, man.
but that's just a matter.
You guys
It's all a learning thing.
keep going.
You don't
and-
you don't refuse a show because the venue doesn't suit you.
I mean, now coming back to Montreal.
If you go in there and you tear the place apart,
We
and
we
as long
tore
as
it
the
away.
audience enjoys it. that's what it's all about.
I'm proud of that show. We tore it apart.
I know it was great. The
We
tour
played for
was
2 hours. It was crazy.
Yeah.
First time playing for a 2-hour set.
the tour was great. All
Yeah.
the Ontario city, you guys crushed it. But I mean, coming back to Montreal with that kind of feeling, you guys want to play bigger venues. No, you don't
Of
want
course.
to go back to a smallest place.
We want to play bigger venues. We want to play festivals. We want to.
We will.
We will. Yeah.
Talking about that, we talking about the upcoming projects for the Unfound. Before we go to that, I'm just gonna say to the people that are listening, watching to the podcast, where can people contact you guys? I know that you guys on all the platforms, but if you can just say it for the people.
On Facebook, the Unfound.
Unfound.
Instagram, the Unfound band.
Yes. And every one of you has an Instagram and Facebook profile.
Yeah, we all have our Instagram, our individuals.
All right. So you're gonna put all the links on the description. And getting back to the podcast, I'm just gonna say, so what's the next step for the Unfound? What's the next upcoming projects, release, something show?
So we are releasing our next single, Monochrome, in early 2020. I can't be more specific than that. but yeah,
Yeah,
early 2020. We
Yeah.
just
You can
finished
expect something
shooting
early
music
2020.
videos. So.
early 20.
Early 2020, you'll get a new single called Monochrome
Yeah.
with a new music video
Yes.
And
that we just shot 2 days ago.
2 days ago. And
Yeah.
what day we are 20 of October, so the 18th of October 2019. For those that are watching and listening to the podcast in 2025. No, just saying. Maybe somebody's watching and listening.
Maybe.
I'm gonna go back to sit on the phone when it started. I'm just saying.
It's a fair point. Yeah.
Okay.
And then,
2025. Alright, so.
Then and yeah, that's it.
No, you guys have
And then
listened.
we can't say more than that.
We can't say more. We'll definitely
About
be
the release.
we'll definitely be releasing more singles, and of course we'll be playing at the Grand Prix show on
How
Crescent
does
Street.
that feel like when they announce you're gonna play at the Grand Prix?
Oh my god, feels amazing.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, it feels
cool.
great.
You guys
the
feel like
next
you
step.
make it?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You guys feel like you made it? Like you make it? Like yeah, this is
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, we feel like we've accomplished something. Like we always say, like for us that we've only released one song and we've been playing for only 2 years. We got a show like that. We're so like fortunate. Like
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
gonna be.
because
Huge.
a lot of bands want to play on the Grand Prix then, and there's still sense like bands that were playing like long time ago and they want that, and you guys like not even 2 years, then you get that place.
Oh,
you know,
We're working hard.
we're fortunate to have the right people around us, and we're fortunate to just keep pushing forward and having these good things come for us. And
yeah.
yeah,
Just to put in context, the Grand Prix it's like a festival. Right? They do that before the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
it's
it's
during the
staged.
it's
During
on
the
the
Grand Prix
during
weekend.
the weekend. Yeah,
How many people are there usually?
Usually
50,000.
I think that's gonna help for building a momentum for the
Oh,
Yeah,
next
yeah,
big
definitely.
step.
We're definitely planning a release around that as well. Like,
Another release?
yeah, we're gonna release we're planning to release something.
We're going into the studio
Yeah.
in the winter to record whatever that.
couple new tunes.
Yeah, a couple
How
of
do
new
you feel,
tunes.
Matthew, playing in the Grand Prix?
Definitely something different than we usually play.
It's the big stage, huh?
Yeah.
I've done that before.
I can't wait.
Oh man, yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
So that's the first step. And what else? When you gonna play? What?
We're looking to play in some smaller festivals also in Canadian Music Week,
Indie Week.
Indie Week,
We wanna,
Folk Fest.
Okay.
Those are the next.
and after that, Oshiaga.
Shaga.
Yeah.
Shaga is kind of hard. No? It's kind of
Yeah.
very difficult to get in.
But
Yeah.
we're confident.
We're confident we'll get there.
Yeah,
If it's not next year, it could be the year after or the year after. But we're gonna get there.
I'm sure there's gonna be great big shows in between all those years
Yeah.
until Oshiaga comes.
That's a lot of stress, you know, performing a lot in front of people, and you guys have to deal with that, and it creates some tension and everything. But especially for the guitarist and the vocalist, because people tend to focus on those two, like, oh, they are the man, they are the guitarist, and the vocalist are the face of the band sometimes. How do you deal with being the, like, let's say the vocalist, say the man that has to talk to the audience most than the others? How do you deal with that kind of stress?
Good question. I think I just sort of fight through it, really. You know, like I get nervous
Yes.
pretty much every time, but I try to channel that. Like you can, nerves, it's energy, like it's negative energy at the time, but you can channel that into like positive energy when you're on stage. And I think that's what I do.
Do you guys have like any rituals that you do before getting on stage?
A ritual?
Yeah. Any one of you, like, what do you do, Ben?
I sort of like rock back and forth like this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
No, we all tell each other let's have a good show. And we hit the stage.
Our ritual is setting up.
Yeah.
So now it goes like a little, you play with your instruments, or you go and meditate.
Well, I mean,
I warm up.
for me, I
were-
just sit and alone, and I just sit by myself. I don't know, like 10 minutes
Yeah,
before
I
the
like to
show.
be-
I
I
just
like to be
it's
Yes.
actually it's usually me and you that
Yeah, we're just backstage,
we're just
sort of just
like this.
Just like
Because then you're the one that feels the audience the most because in the front, so you can, if you know they don't like it, you feel first,
yeah.
and that's gonna affect
Yeah.
the other band's members.
Yeah.
So how do you get that control?
You have to engage with the audience.
Engage with the audience.
Yeah, so like that can be done in like lots of different ways.
Okay.
You have to sort of make eye contact
Yeah.
and with different people, and you have to be expressive. Like and you have to look like you give a damn.
Yeah, you do have to. Get
Yeah, and like
Like I do the same. I have to.
Yeah.
I care about those people that are watching. I care about you.
because you, well, yeah, and I do. But if you don't believe that you're making this incredible music, then the audience isn't going to believe it either.
Yeah, you have to believe in what you sell.
performance,
like in
yeah.
business.
Yeah.
You have to believe in what you do. Like, yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
acting, you know.
Like especially like it's like you guys performing in front of the audience, and I also do with podcasting. I have to perform
Yeah.
in front of people. With
Yeah.
less, sure, I'm nervous when I start. Like I stress a little bit. I have to remember my questions, and I have to remember there's people and that watching and listen to the podcast.
Mhm.
Now we can talk, but there's also something that we have to give into them. No?
Yeah, that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
it's
there.
like a-
they're there for a reason to be entertained, right?
Yeah,
Like
they're there for
So
a
entertain them.
yeah, so
Yeah,
we
yeah.
gotta entertain them.
And you guys do that good. I went to, they say I went to all the shows, this one, except the one for the wedding. I don't know where the fuck does it came from. Well, who was getting married?
It was my friend Paul Burke.
You know, he didn't invite me.
He didn't, oh man, it's true, eh? It's true. So there was a show that you weren't there.
I was,
But it's okay, it's,
I don't know, and I didn't know about it, so you didn't.
It's true, eh? We didn't tell him.
That
We
was
didn't tell
what in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was in
our-
the
Was
beginning.
it-
Third
Call-
show.
You
Third
still
or
you were calling the Unfound, you were calling the other name.
No, we were. It was
Yeah,
the
we
Unfound.
We were
Yeah.
the Unfound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I missed one show.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's okay.
No, but I really,
It's not archived.
I was there to all the shows. I think like I support them.
All public shows.
Yeah, public shows,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
public shows. Yeah,
I
even
think
the,
they're the only ones that count, really.
even
Yeah.
the cottage, the first one I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about your fans? I'm pretty sure you have fans from everywhere in the world now.
We love them.
Yeah, we love all our fans.
Sure,
And we're grateful.
you're grateful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just having one person who likes what we do. Like, I mean, that's literally something we came up with it out of the blue, right? So
It makes us feel good.
for people to listen to it, enjoy it, and engage and want more. It's I mean, yeah, like it's what it's all about. We appreciate you guys
Yeah. Always being there at the shows and
immensely.
They're talking about me, by the way. I was there. all
we
the
have
shows.
other fans, Hugo. It's not just it's not just
Yeah,
you.
you have Carlos. Carlos is
Yeah, we
there's
have,
me and there's Carlos. That's all.
Yeah.
That's the only two fans they have. No. You guys just hit 1,000 fans likes on Facebook. I mean.
yeah.
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 So
Yeah,
that's
great.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, we're happy about that and we're
Feels good.
fortunate. Feels good. Yeah.
All right, man. Hey, Nicola, how long does the podcast is running?
An hour and a half almost.
An hour and a half.
Are you
guys.
serious? Oh my god.
This is the longest podcast I did so far. And no,
My god,
it's
that's,
good. No, we're gonna put it all together, but it's okay, man.
put it all.
Yeah, it's the first one that I did so far, like an hour and a half. But it was a great conversation. And before we finish the podcast, like, because it's still not done. Sorry about that, guys. I just want to ask you, each and one of you, really, where did you see the Unfound? We talk about going to maybe Oshiaga. We talk, that's the band. But I mean, you guys, what's the Unfound for you? What do you want to do with it? Where do you want to go with that? Let's
I
talk
think
about it.
we should be the first band to ever play on the moon.
Oh my god, that would be awesome.
Yeah, that's true. Right?
I think it's possible within our lifetimes.
It's
I
true,
think
man.
we should back in. No, seriously.
40th reunion tour.
Yeah,
I don't know,
40th
maybe
anniversary
maybe-
tour.
40th anniversary.
That'd be cool.
that
we
would
want to
be
go
cool.
the distance.
No, that would be cool. No. He was serious, man.
That'd be- No, I actually want to do that.
Well, someone's gonna do it. So it might as well be us, right?
Yeah.
Someone's gonna play in space. Someone's gonna play in space.
Yeah. Maybe the International Space Station.
Maybe Kiss is gonna play in space. Maybe
Who?
still alive Kiss.
Kiss? No, we'll do it.
Yeah.
We'll do it. They already have the money.
So how do
And
you
everything.
guys? So getting back to the topic.
Yeah. I just want us to be able to keep making records and you know, get more fans and get, you know, just like I don't know what to say.
Just want to continue to do what you do.
I want to continue to make music and that
Yeah.
be the thing in my life that I do, you know, because that's my passion. It's all of our passions, really.
Yeah.
I mean, Alberto's a filmmaker as well, so like dual loyalties right here. But like
For me,
yeah.
it's to make.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah. No.
Like we're all artists, and we just want to, you know, we want that to be the thing that our lives revolve around. I suppose.
Yes. You want to live, but you want to make a living for this too.
You want to live off what you love?
Yeah.
Do you want to also play on the moon? Like you say.
Of course. Fuck yeah.
Okay, man. Fuck the moon. Go to Mars.
Yeah.
Oh, we already played at Guelph, so it's good enough.
No, but yeah, Alberto. How do you?
Well, I share a lot of what Ben said. It's hard to say something different. I mean, we want to live off our music. We want to keep doing what we love doing, keep making the music and being creative. We definitely want to. We just keep pushing the envelope.
Yeah.
Like we want to play bigger shows, grow our fan base, connect with more people. Yeah, that's what it's all about.
And I'd say, for me, it's the same thing as both of them. Being able to live off your music and being creative. But to refer to what you asked before about what the Unfound means for us,
Yes.
a lot of people have been asking why we're called the Unfound.
There's the Unfound podcast. It's not them.
But what the name means, I think we realized it like after we became the Unfound, is because you'll see in the coming year that a lot of our singles, however, have a distinct sound to them.
Yeah.
Because we find all our songs are very creative in their own way. That's what the Unfound is. We're always finding a different sound. We're developing. So that's, I think, what for me and for the band, what it means.
Yeah, it's about sort of being like adrift, like not quite anchored,
Yes.
but like in
Yeah.
a positive way, because it means like lost. So you're sort of lost.
Lost
in
Yeah,
like,
the Unfound. And you also, like I saw
Yeah.
you
Lost in
hashtag.
without
Sorry.
being too like bullshitty.
We're lost. We're a lost
I saw
band.
you on the Instagram, so when you post, you put the hashtag find us. And
Yeah.
Like something like, you guys, like, you meaning you're lost, but you're finding your way, something like that.
Yeah, I think because we all are really as humans.
Well, we always get that thing like whenever people see it's like, oh, we found them. Well, so we use that reverse, like find us, hashtag find us. We're playing a show, find us. We're playing, will this be up before our October 28th show?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so we're playing October 28th.
28th tomorrow? Oh no, that's the next
October
week.
28th next week.
Oh, that's kind of hard, man.
Oh, come on. Well, if it's up, we're playing October 28th, so hashtag find us. See, that's how we use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it won't be up there.
Okay, well, anyways, hashtag find us.
Anyways, the most important thing is to go and follow them on Facebook so you can see all the next upcoming events, even in 2025. Yeah, man. Maybe people are here right now in 2025. Like, they want to see the Unfound. All right.
Yo.
What about you, Matthew?
Well, I just like playing more festivals, playing different cities, like doing more tours.
Another Ontario too.
Maybe further than Ontario.
You're coming back to Guelph? People watching.
Yeah. All the people
Yeah,
involved.
absolutely.
Guelph,
Come
we're
back.
coming back.
Yeah.
We're going back, Guelph. Guys, thank you for this podcast. You guys gave me like a challenge today because this is the first time I have like 4 people together. So I was a little bit stressed, trying to get back to my topics, my stuff, and you guys have a great energy together. So I'm just want to try to fit in it. So yeah, thanks for the challenge, man. I was very appreciate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Also, thank you to Nicolas who was there
Thank
all
you.
the time for
Thank
this the longest podcast so far for the road to the IPO. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it.